My name is James, and honestly, I don't have many friends. I spend most lunch breaks alone at my desk, scrolling through my phone while everyone else seems to be part of some close-knit group. I see them laughing together, making plans for the weekend, and I always wonder what's wrong with me. Close-knit group means a group of people who have strong relationships and spend a lot of time together, like a tight circle of friends who really care about each other. The truth is, my biggest problem is that I have deep trust issues. When I was younger, I told my best friend a secret, and the very next day, the whole school knew about it. That betrayal changed how I interact with the world, making me constantly suspicious of people's motives. Trust issues mean having difficulty believing that other people will be honest, kind, or reliable, usually because of bad experiences in the past. Since that happened, I've built massive walls around myself to stay safe. I don't confide in people anymore, and I definitely don't let anyone get too close to me. But deep down, sitting alone in the break room every day, I know something has to change. To confide in someone means to tell them your private thoughts, feelings, or secrets because you trust them. At work, people try to make small talk with me sometimes. "Hey James, how was your weekend?" they ask while pouring coffee. I usually just say fine and quickly walk away. I know I'm supposed to break the ice and be friendly, but the words always get stuck in my throat. What if they judge me? To break the ice means to do something that makes people feel more relaxed and comfortable in a social situation, especially when meeting for the first time. Last week, my manager forced me to attend a company networking event after work. I stood in the corner with a fake smile, holding a plastic cup of water, completely terrified. The room was full of people chatting easily, and I just wanted to disappear into the floor. Networking event means an event for building relationships with people who might be useful for your future work, school, or career, like making connections that could help you later. While I was hiding by the snack table, a new guy named Marcus walked up. He seemed just as nervous and out of place as I was. We started talking about work stuff, and somehow ended up bonding over our shared hatred of endless Monday morning meetings. For the first time in months, I actually laughed out loud. To bond over something means to form a connection or friendship with someone because you share the same interests, experiences, or feelings about something. We talked for 20 minutes, and I felt like I could really click with someone for the first time in years. Our personalities just matched, and the conversation flowed without feeling forced. We exchanged numbers and agreed to grab coffee the next morning before our shift. To click with someone means to immediately like someone and feel comfortable with them, like you naturally get along well. But that night, my old patterns kicked in and I panicked. I convinced myself he didn't actually want to be friends and was just being polite at the party. So the next morning, when he texted asking if we were still getting coffee, I ignored it. I completely resorted to ghosting him because I was scared. Ghosting means suddenly cutting off all communication with someone without explanation. You just disappear from their life like a ghost. A week passed, and I felt completely left out again. I watched Marcus easily hit it off with other coworkers in the break room, laughing and sharing stories. They all seemed to have this natural charisma that I definitely didn't possess, and I realized I had ruined my only chance at a friendship. To hit it off means to immediately like someone and get along well with them when you first meet, like an instant connection or friendship. Yesterday, I decided to do something completely terrifying and brave. I walked up to Marcus and apologized for ignoring him. I told him I wasn't great at this whole friendship thing, and that opening up to new people usually makes me panic. He looked at me for a second, then smiled and said, "Dude, I get it. Want to try that coffee again?" Opening up means sharing your thoughts, feelings, and personal information with someone, being honest and vulnerable instead of keeping everything to yourself. We went to the coffee shop, and I actually told him the truth about why I struggle so much with vulnerability. I expected him to think I was crazy, but he just nodded. He told me he moved to this city for a fresh start because of his own social anxiety. Social anxiety means the intense and persistent fear of being watched, judged, or humiliated by others in social or performance situations. My therapist is always talking to me about setting boundaries, and for a long time, I misunderstood what that meant. I thought boundaries were supposed to keep people out completely, like if I stayed distant enough, nobody could hurt me. But sitting across from Marcus in that coffee shop, I started to realize that healthy boundaries aren't walls, they're honest limits. I didn't have to tell him every painful detail of my life right away, but I also didn't have to shut down and disappear the moment I felt uncomfortable. Setting boundaries means clearly communicating your personal limits and needs in relationships, like telling people what makes you comfortable or uncomfortable. Marcus told me that after moving to this city, he had drifted apart from a lot of people back home. There wasn't some huge fight or dramatic betrayal. Life just got busy, calls became less frequent, and eventually those friendships faded. Hearing that surprised me. I'm so used to thinking every connection ends because someone gets hurt, but Marcus reminded me that sometimes people simply grow in different directions. To drift apart means to slowly become less close to someone over time, usually without one big argument or clear reason. That conversation changed everything. I realized that if I wanted my life to look different, I actually had to put myself out there. It didn't mean spilling my deepest secrets on day one, or pretending I was perfectly fine. It just meant showing up, being honest, and letting trust build naturally. To put yourself out there means to make an effort to connect with people or try new things, even when it feels scary or vulnerable. After that, Marcus and I started making an effort to catch up every few days in the break room or grab coffee before work. The conversations were still simple most of the time. Weekend plans, annoying meetings, random stories about coworkers. But they didn't feel forced anymore. To catch up means to talk with someone and share updates about your lives, especially when you haven't spoken in a little while. I'm still not magically transformed into some confident, outgoing person. I still eat lunch alone sometimes, and I still overthink things I said hours later. But now, when someone asks me how my weekend was, I try not to panic and run away. I answer like a normal person, even if my voice shakes a little. And honestly, that feels like progress. Not because my life suddenly became perfect, but because I finally let someone in without completely losing myself in the process. If you enjoyed the video, hit subscribe and comment below. What do you struggle with most in your social life?